Today you're taking your quiz for 14, which is Thursday. You're taking your quiz. And this was the review for it that we did on Wednesday. Unfortunately, I saw a lot of people struggling on it, so I wanted to walk you through it. So if you are having trouble, I want you to watch this video and redo it. Like redo your whole review. You're turning this review in with your quiz. So this is a grade. So make sure you watch it to get all your answers. Which quadrilateral always have opposite angles that are congruent? Well, if you're looking at your quadrilateral cheat sheet, your yellow sheet, in parallelograms it says opposite sides, opposite angles that are congruent. Opposite angles are congruent is parallelogram. Everything under this has those rules too. So these 4 facts, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are continued through here. So 1 through 5 plus 6, 7, 8. 1 through 5 plus 6 and 7. And then the square has all of them. 1 through 5 plus these 6, 7, and 8 plus these 6 and 7, or also like 9 and 10. So there are 10 facts about squares that you should know from this worksheet. So when it says opposite angles are congruent, that's number 3. Well, 3 is in every single thing below it. So all of these opposite angles are congruent. So no matter what shape you're looking at, this angle equals this angle, and this angle equals this angle. Those equal. Those equal. Okay. Next it says diagonals bisect opposite angles. Bisect, cut in half. Diagonals bisect opposite angles. It's not in parallelograms. Diagonals bisect opposite angles. Here it is. Diagonals bisect opposite angles. So it's 8. Here it is, number 8. And anything below it. So those are your answers. It's going to be a rhombus and a square. A rhombus and a square. All right, when you see these problems, the next 4, you want to start with what they know. So we're going to just do sides, and then I'm going to erase it, and we're going to do angles. So with sides, when you're solving for B to C, from B to C, well, A to D is 14, B to C is also 14. They're equal, congruent. A to C, well, we need to make sure the diagonals bisect each other. And since it's a parallelogram, they do. So if this is 11, that's also 11. So 11 and 11 is 22. So those are your sides. All right, now I'm going to get rid of all that and go in with the angles. So now I'm going to go in with angles. What I noticed is people didn't understand where these angles go. Your vertex is always in the middle. So it's going to be coming off of B. It's going to be coming off of A. It's going to be coming off of D. So starting on the side A, going towards B, and then going down to C. The angle is in between those two sides. So it's the whole angle. It's coming off of B. It's coming off the middle. B is your vertex. So the whole angle is 64 degrees. Okay. And then we're going to do that again. DAC. It's touching A. So from D to A to C. Connect those. That's where your angle is. 71 degrees. And then there's another one. From B to D to C is 25. Connect them. It's coming off of D. B, D, C, your vertex is at D. So 25 degrees. Okay. Looking at parallelograms. Hopefully you copied down your shapes. Here's your parallelograms. Opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. So whatever's over here is over here.
Teachers, may I have your attention?
So opposite angles are equal. What's over here equals what's over here. And then consecutive angles add up to 180. So this corner plus this corner adds up to 180. This corner plus this corner adds up to 180. In my picture right here that you're looking at, green and pink, green and pink add up to 180. So choose a green, choose a pink, they have to add up to 180. Choose a green, choose a pink, they have to add up to 180. So if we know this whole thing's 64, then you know D is also 64. D and A have to add up to 180. So if I take 180 minus 64, I get, I can't think. Oh, that's what calculators are for, right? Been a long day. 180 minus 64, 116. I get 116. So outside all of angle A is 116. And opposite of that's true. All of angle A is 116. Okay. Opposite are equal. These add up to 180. 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 If they're on the same side of your shape, parallelogram, any of the shapes, they have to add up to 180. Okay. Then to find the interior angles, alternate interior angles. So if this angle 71, I'll zoom in. I don't know why I'm so far zoomed out. If this angle is 71, so is this angle. If this angle is 25, so is this angle. Right? And now if you know the whole angle adds up to 116 and this part's 71, you can figure out what's left. So the whole angle adds up to 116. You're taking away this part. So you're left with this little angle right here. $45. So this is 45 and this is 45. 45 and 45. And then the same type of logic works up here. The whole angle B is 64. 64 minus 25. 39. So this angle is 39. Alternate interior, this angle is 39. Those are all the angles you need to know. When you go around, make sure you're looking at the right stuff. D, A, B. Start at D, go to A, go to B. From D to A to B. That's that whole angle. Well, the whole angle, you can sit here and do 71 plus 45, but that gives you 116. Then we have A, B, D. A to B to D. Connect them. 25. Then we have from A to C, A to C to D. Connect those lines. In between is 45. And then lastly, we have from A to D to B. A to D to B. That's the last one we found out. 39. 25, 45, and 39. All right, if this didn't make sense to you, go watch it again. Slow it down. Change the speed to 0.5, 0.7. If that's not what's making sense to you. All right, let's do the next one. Number 4. Do sides first, erase it, and then do angles. S to T is 12. S to Q, well, they bisect, so if this is 12, this is 12. So S to Q is 2 12ths. So your diagonal is 24. Same thing with PR. In rectangles, all of these are equal. So half of your diagonals are 12. So the whole diagonals are all 24. Both 24. All All right, then we get to the angles. Rectangles have right angles on all of these. Common mistake is you think this angle equals that angle. Hopefully by looking at it, you can tell this angle is bigger than that angle. But with all of these equal, remember we have isosceles triangles. So let's label what we know. P to R to S is 23. So this is 23 because going down P, hitting R, and going to S, connect them, that's 23. Alternate interior, if that's 23, this is 23. If you look at what we did today on rectangles, we're talking angles. Let me find rectangles. You have your 4 isosceles angles. So this angle equals this angle, and this angle, and this angle. So those 4, all my purple dash marks are equal. So all my purple dash marks should be 23. So this is 23, and this is 23. Okay. Well, we know every corner of a rectangle is 90 degrees. So if you have 90 degrees and you're taking away part of it, 23 to be exact, you'll figure out what's left. 90 minus 23 is 67. So this is 67, this is 67. And if you look at the cheat sheet again, all my brown double angles, double angle, are 67s because they're isosceles triangles. So this has to be 67 and this has to be 67. Okay, then there's only one more we have to do, but let's get to it. So QPR, from Q to P to R, from Q to P to R, connect it is 23. PSR, from P to S to R, connect them 90 degrees. From S to Q to R. From S to Q to R. Connect them 67. And this is the last one we need math for. P to T to Q. From P to T to Q. We don't know them. That's the center one right here, but you can connect it. And then with rectangles, you have 4 isosceles triangles. So if you're looking at one triangle and you know 23 and 23, from our last chapter, you better know interior angles add up to 180. So 23 plus 23 is 46. So 180 minus 46 will give me what's left over. 180 minus 46 is 134. So this is 134. And then don't forget vertical angles. If that's 134, this would be 134. And if you're asked to find here, you could do that again. All right, so 134 degrees. All right, let's keep going. Sides first. They give you that to M to K is 30. From M to K is 30. This is a rhombus. Looking at our rhombus on the other side of the paper. They cut them in half. They bisect. The diagonals bisect. So if this is 30, then you know this is 15 and this is 15. So I'm going to get rid of the 30. And N to L is 13. So if this is 13, this is 13. They don't all equal 15. Don't think that. That's why they're different tick marks. There's 3 here, 2 here, 2 here, 3 here. So these 2 equal and these 2 equal. And all your sides equal. So that's important. All your sides are equal. So that gives me my first answer. From N to K, is 15 because 30 divided by 2 gave me that 15. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I want to keep it big, but let's see all the problems. All right. From J to L, 13 and 13. So 26. From K to L, all our outsides are equal, but we know nothing about them. But for a rhombus, all of these angles are 90 degrees. So we have two sides and a 90-degree triangle. You guessed it. We have to do Pythagorean. So this is 15, this is 13. We're looking for that from K to L. Across from 180, your hypotenuse is your C. And it doesn't matter which one you call A or B. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Or in our case, 13 squared plus 15 squared equals X squared. 13 squared, oh, that was 16. 13 squared is 169. 15 squared is 225. Add them together, you get 394. And then take the square root. In my calculator, it'll be your yellow button, control, x squared. In this scientific calculator, you do 394 first and then the square root button. We're going to round it to the 10th place, so 19.8. So I had to get rid of the squared, I had to take the square root of both sides. So K to L is 19.8. And on a rhombus, all your sides are equal. Oops. So if this is 19.8, this is 19.8, and this is 19.8, and this is 19.8, they're all equal in a rhombus. So from K to L is 19.8. You'll have one of those on your quiz tomorrow. It'll be worth the most, though. So don't be like, oh, just one question, I'll skip it. So try your best on those. All right, I'm going to erase it because then we're going to talk about just the angles. So they give you that M to K to L is 41 degrees. And in a rhombus, hopefully you have your cheat sheet. Now we're on angles, the back page. Opposite angles are equal, and your diagonal does bisect your angle. It cuts them in exactly half. So 41 is those two dash marks. We have those two dash marks in three other places. So if this is 41, then this is 41, and right across from it, that's 41, and that's 41. So there's a few ways to get the other side. We know these angles are 90 because it's a rhombus. And the whole angle for M is 82. 82, M and J have to add up to 180. M and L have to add up to 180 because consecutive sides, if they're on the same side, they add up to 180. So you would get 98. So this is 98, and this is 98, and then it's cut exactly in half. So half of 98, or 98 divided by 2, is 49. So all the other angles will be 49. 49, 49, 49, and 49. If you forget that, though, you have 41 and a right angle, 41, 90, and you can solve for 49. Use your triangle. Because that was really good at people. And then you have all your angles, and you just have to fill in what they are. So from J to K to M. J to K to M. Connect them. 41. From J to M to L. Connect them, the whole angle, 41 and 41, or 82. 82. From M to L to K. Connect them, 49 and 49, or add them together, 98. From M to N to L. M, N, L. Well, in a rhombus, all the centers are 90. So even though I only marked 2, all 4 of them are 90. So 90 degrees. And lastly, K to J to L. K to J to L. That one, 49. Okay. Number 6, last one on this side. And it's a square, hooray. WZ is 27, and it's a square, so you know all sides are 27. W to Y is what we're asking for, and we don't know anything about it. But we do have a right triangle. So Pythagorean, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So the diagonal is what we're looking for. I'm going to call that x. So 27 squared plus 27 squared. So I'm going to let this be a, this leave b, and we're looking for c. You can write c squared or x squared, just a letter squared. That's what we're solving for. 27 squared is 729. So they're both 729 plus 729 is x squared. 729 and 729 give me 1, 4, 5, 8. To get rid of the squared, you take the square root of both sides. So the square root of that number is 38 point, or around 2. So the whole side, whoops, I missed it, but you know what I'm saying. The whole side is 38.2. Okay. W to Y is 38.2. This was 27. R to X, well, your diagonals are equal. And then this is half of your diagonal, R to X. So you're going to take 38.2 and take it in half. So 19.1. All right, those are all your sides. I'm going to erase it and just do the angles. They didn't even tell us any angles because you know so many of a triangle. These are all 90. These are 90. These are all 90 in the center. 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90. And then the diagonals cut them exactly in half. So that's 45. That's 45. This is 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 45. Woo, they're all 45. So it's just making sure you know what you're doing. W, R to Z. From W to R to Z. So the middle one, 90 degrees. X, Y to Z. From X to Y to Z. So this corner, again, 90 degrees. And some people get impatient. They're like, oh, so they're all 90. Great. You know what I'll do there? I'll say, nope, they're not all 90. Z to W to Y. From Z to W to Y. I know, beautiful lines. Is 45 degrees. So those are your answers. 90, 90, and 45. Put the degree symbol. Put the degree symbol so you know what you're doing. Just checking my mic's on. All right, and then we're on the back. And I'm shocked, but the back seems to be easier for a lot of people this time. The only thing is knowing how do you set it up. So F and C are not equal. This is a parallelogram. Parallelogram. The angles, pink and green, green and pink, add up to 180. So you set them equal to 180. Angle C plus angle F equals 180. And you don't have to write that. I'm just trying to show you what I'm doing. All right, combine like terms. So 15x minus 30, negative 23, and negative 7 is negative 30 is 180. Add over your 30. 15x is 210. Divide over by 15. X is 14. X equals 14. That's not my answer though, because it asked us to find F to C to D. F to C to D. So this angle right here. So F to C to D is your 10x minus 23. So 10 times 14 minus 23, because we now know x is 14. So in the calculator, 10 times 14 minus 23, 117. 117 degrees. Okay. If you got 14, great job. Just make sure you go back and look what are you plugging in. All right. Keep going. Last two. J to L, this diagonal, is 2x plus 5. M to K is 7x minus 40. So we're talking about the diagonals of both. Just to check, rectangles, diagonals are congruent. So that means we're setting them equal. So 7x minus 40 equals 2x plus 5. I like to put the most number of x's on the left, just because most people like their variables on the left. But if you flipped it and put 2x plus 5 first and then 7x minus 40 last, that's fine. Don't worry about that. Add over your 40. Get x's on one side, so I always move the smallest one, so I'm dealing with positives. And then divide by 5. X equals 9. So if you got 9, great job. But don't forget, what is m to k? Well, m to k is right here. 7x minus 40. So that's 7 times 9 minus 40. 7 times 9 is 63. 63 minus 40 is 23. So m to k is 23. That is your final answer. Whew, doing good. Last one. A rhombus. Okay, do they equal 90? Do they equal each other? Let's look at our cheat sheet. We're looking at rhombuses. Okay, the corner of a rhombus equal. They equal, so we can set them equal. If it was one of the center ones, we'd equal it to 90 though. So just be careful. We'd set only one of them equal to 90. So these two equal since it's a rhombus. Check. Check that cheat sheet. That's why we took so long yesterday making it. So they equal. Get your x's on one side. Add over 27. Oh my gosh, 34. Divide over by 2, 17. And then P to Q to R. P to Q to R is the entire angle. P to Q to R is the entire angle. So you can plug it into both and then add them together, You can plug it into 1 and times it by 2. So P to Q to R. So we're going to plug it into, well, we can plug into both because that's what most people understand for some reason. RQS is 2 times our X that we found, 17, plus 7. 2 times 17 plus 7 is 41. And then the other one is P to Q to S. Oh, that's different. That's R, that's P. And that's 4 times X, which X is now 17, minus 27. And hooray, it also gives me 41. So we know we did our math, right? And then 41 plus 41, because it's both angles put together, is 82. So final answer, 82. You are turning in this review, so make sure you copied all the work down. If you have just answers like 117 without any work, you're not getting credit for that. So get the work down. You can use this on your quiz today. Okay? So good luck on your quiz. Hopefully this video helped slow it down. Good luck.